Yo, what's poppin', guys? Sizzle here, and today we're taking a look at the Chroma 3 case. So first off, we have the Sauna Fubar. Pretty basic shotgun, right? It's partially wooden. I like wooden guns, so that's already a plus for me. And otherwise, got a pretty basic army design that actually looks kind of cool in a lower wear like this, where it's kind of like scratched off from use, and then there's a lot of kill count on the front, like the like tallies of like the amount of things this thing has killed. I think it looks pretty solid. I'm not gonna say it's like an S tier weapon or anything, as a weapon skin, but you definitely can't go too wrong with this one. I normally don't like army base or like camo skins, but I don't know. This one's got like a lot of personality to it. Anyway, next up we have the G3 SG1 Orange Crash, and it looks like my game's about to crash when I'm looking at this thing. It doesn't look like it's it is what's supposed to be. I don't know what this is supposed to be. It's kind of a mix of orange and like gray. I guess it doesn't look completely horrible. Like it is orange and that's a nice color, but that's about all I can say for it. It has no real design, no real kind of no nothing going on. So that's just a D tier for me. It's a little bit better than stock if even. Then we have the M249 Inspector on the complete upside of the spectrum, which just it's a marble M249. Got a nice marble texture on it. The rest of it also looks hella clean. The color scheme goes really well. It's unfortunate that no one likes this weapon, so you're never gonna see this. And I can't blame them. This thing is like just way too overpriced and does nothing special. Um, yeah, this one's good. It's actually a really good skin. It's probably the one you're not gonna see off too often, not because it's like rare or anything, but just because no one uses the weapon. I'd say it's an A tier design. It just looks clean. Like it's a really really clean skin. If this was on any other one gun and looked this clean, I think it would rate like be ranked as high. Anyway, next up we have the 2000 Oceanic. I don't know what this has to do with the ocean. I don't actually know what this has to do with anything. This looks like the what was it, the Orange Crash, whatever it was called. This looks like that G3SG we just looked at, except it's blue. It's the same kind of thing as that, has no real direction. I'm not a big fan of that. I'll just put it a little bit above because I like that color blue more than the color orange. So it's still a D tier, a little bit better than stock, but that's about it. Anyway, next up we have the SG553 Atlas. It's a very, very basic army gun. Not even like army cam, this is just like army gun. This is what you think of as like an army gun. This is like the shit they use in Vietnam. But yeah, D tier for me. I'm not a fan of camo skins and army skins normally, and yeah, this is no exception. Then we have the Dualrettas ventilators, which is like HD dualies. That's really it. It doesn't look too much better than stock. I mean, it looks nicer, I guess, with like the leather handle or whatever, and just all the random other details they added. But honestly, it's not that much better. I'm just gonna put it in D tier. I don't think it's particularly great. Anyway, next up we have the MP9 Bio, and I can see what they were going for here. With the lighting, it kind of is cool, right? The like neon yellow glows above the rest of the skin, but the rest of the skin almost looks like a camo skin, which is really bad in my opinion. But it's all right. You have like this vein of like neon ooze going across the whole thing, which is kind of cool, I guess. But just a basic background to it. It's definitely still. It just reminds me too much of a camo skins. Look too much like one for me to rate it high at all. I'm just gonna put this in D tier as well because I don't like camo skins, and this just reminds me of one, even though it's very much not. Then we have the CZ Auto Red Aster. It's like the HD dualies except on the CZ, but it does have a nice color of red to it, and it has a pretty nice shine to it, unlike what I was seeing with the dualies. I guess I'll give it that. I'd say for his CZ skin, that's probably one of the better ones. You can't go too wrong with it, despite it looking just about as good as the dualies because of the weapon skin. The weapon is actually a skin of. I'm gonna actually have to put that in C tier, so it's alright. Then we have the Tech9 Reentry. I don't know what the design and the name have to do with each other, but yeah, it's fire coming off the main thing into like a blue pattern in the back. I don't even know what that pattern would be. I don't know how to describe that. But yeah, just red fire coming off the front's a nice thing. Although it's kind of unfortunate that they just left the rest of the Tech 9 completely barren. So I can't recommend this one too much. I'm just gonna put this top of D tier, very very high D tier. It's almost C tier for me. I just can't recommend using this one too much. I don't like incomplete skins. Then we have the Glacial AR Firefight. What is this? Like Like, what was the idea here? I don't know. I mean, I guess it was supposed to be an HD skin, but this off-color orange-red thing looks horrible. I just don't like how this looks. I don't even know how to describe what I don't like about this. It just looks, I don't know, it looks like plastic at best. And not the good kind. It just looks bad. I would actually stick to stock over this thing personally. I don't even know why I don't like it. I just don't. It's that simple. F tier for me. Then we have the XM1014 Black Tie. Yeah, it's the classic black and white Mecha Industries type stuff. Which, it's not horrible, not particularly great. Although the XM here actually looks kinda sick. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm normally not a fan of the black and white, unless it's predominantly black or predominantly white with like a few details that are black or white. But for some reason, the way the XM works, it works. It looks hella clean, hella dope. I'm gonna give this one a solid B tier placement. I do really like the look of it. Then next up we have the SSG08 Ghost Crusader. Yeah, it's another HD skin. I mean, at least this one's white. I'll give it that. It looks kind of nicer than the other ones because of that. But it still doesn't really look particularly great. I'm not gonna lie. I can't put this one too high, but I'll put it at the bottom of C tier. It does have a nicer color scheme than its counterparts, so I kind of have to put it there. Then we have the UMP45 Primal Saber, and it's just like a Primal something. I guess it's probably like a Saber, Tiger 2 Saber. Is that the same thing? I don't know. I don't really. I have no clue. But yeah, it's some kind of Primal Beast skull across the main part of the weapon with some claw marks in the back. The color scheme's nice, I'll give it that, but I think the design just doesn't fit that well, honestly. It kind of looks forced. So I'm gonna have to actually put this one down D tier, despite it being a decent skin. I can see why some people would use this. I just can't justify putting it in C tier. Then we have the AUG Fleet Flock, which is like, it's confusing, right? Because normally with designs like this, you'll be like, oh, why'd they only use half of the gun? But they used the other half. They just colored it weird. I don't know why they wouldn't just use this design the whole way across. I think it would have looked nice having, a fleet of birds just going all the way across the weapon. I don't know why they cut it off here like this, or at least didn't keep the sky going. The actual design with the birds and stuff looks cool, but for whatever reason, the rest of the skin is designed to clash directly against it. I don't know what they were going for. I don't think it works. At best, this is like a really low D tier. I really, this had so much potential. I saw the back of this, I was like, that's actually kind of dope. Saw this part, like, that's kind of dope. And then I see the front here, it's like, what the fuck is that? Like, I mean, the mag isn't horrible. The mag kind of works with the rest of it, but the stuff on the front and even the scope being uncolored, it just completely ruins what could have been a really good design. Then we have the P250 Asimov, which, it's got that nice kind of Asimov feel, but it's a little bit too much black to really be an Asimov. At least in my opinion or my memory, the Asimovs are predominantly white with black and orange as like secondary colors. This one's got predominantly black with white and orange as secondary colors. I don't think it works as well, but I can't say it's too horrible. I'd say this is one of those that you just can't go too wrong with. And I'll just put it middle C tier, honestly. I think that's where it belongs. Then our first out of two reds is the PP Bison Judgment of Anubis, and it's actually just hella sick. They use the whole weapon. They have this cool, I don't know, like tie knot pattern going throughout the whole thing. They have a really well made art of Anubis in the perfect spot to be on the weapon. And, the edges of it are just tinted gold, because, Anubis and stuff, and I guess they have some other cool designs here, and probably somewhere else on the weapon, I'd imagine. But yeah, it's a really solid looking weapon. Probably my second favorite PP Bison skin behind the gambling one that just looks amazing. I tell you honestly, this is a solid A tier right under the Spectre. It had a lot of thought put into it. It's got a phenomenal color scheme and it's really well made. It just looks clean. Like I've literally zero complaints about this other than just the type of design I personally prefer not being this. But yeah, then we have the M41S Shin. I'm gonna fuck this up. Chantico's Fire. Hopefully that was right. And yeah, it's another solid one. It's got like a gold kind of outline on almost everything. And then the background's got some cool kind of designs like red and pink and stuff that just works together, and it has blue counteracting that red, like a really dark blue counteracting that red in the other parts of the weapon. And yeah, I mean, I don't even know what half the designs on here are, but whatever they are, they fit together really well. They clash really well, like the colors go really well. This thing just looks dope. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm surprised I haven't seen this like ever. It's a pretty solid looking M41S. I wouldn't say it's S tier, but I will say it's a high B. It's kind of close to the Spectre and the Bison, but I'm gonna have to put this at high B. It's a really nice looking. No, I'll put it low A. I think it kind of deserves to be in the same tier as the Bison. Yeah, it's a really dope skin. It's like a golden M4 almost, if like the golden coin, other stuff didn't exist. But yeah, that's it for Chroma 3. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.